Hey YouTube, this is Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here with another product review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Tonor GM-888 desktop microphone. And this microphone is kind of a, I'd say it's not an exact copy, but it is influenced definitely by the Snowball series microphones, where it's a round ball type microphone that plugs in via USB. And I got approached by the company that makes these and asked to actually do a review on it, and that's what I'm going to do. So we have the mic right here, and when I first pull it out of the box, the first thing I noticed is it actually feels pretty solid. Like, I was actually pretty impressed with the weight of the mic, whereas I was thinking it would probably be like some cheap feeling thing, but it really doesn't feel very cheap. It feels pretty good. You know, but it could still sound bad. We don't know, so we'll see. But it has this nice swiveling, rotating head on it right here, and that's pretty cool. It also comes with a USB cable, as well as there's a few other things in here. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. There is, it looks like a like kind of an audio adapter, and I'm guessing this is for probably for mobile use, but I don't really know how you would use this. It looks like a mobile phone end on there, and then, you know, it's like a headphone or splitter or something. I'm not really sure what that's for, but it does have a headphone output jack in the back, which is also pretty cool. So it appears to be almost like a full audio interface, but I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna hook that up and see. What else is in here? Oh, there's also this little tripod plastic stand thing that's like, you know, just 3 basic legs that screws into the bottom. But one thing I did notice as well, let me sit down this box, is the threads on the bottom of the mic actually will fit on a normal mic stand. I tried that already, and they do. And so if you wanted to set it up on an actual regular mic stand, you can. But let me go ahead and screw this into here. And, you know, physically, it looks like a really, really high quality microphone, and looks cool. It's black. It just, you know, it feels solid and well made. But again, that could all, you know, not mean anything if it doesn't sound very good, but we'll find out. So what I'm going to do is switch over to my computer. I'm going to hook it up, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, so I have the mic hooked up, and one of the things I forgot to mention, it actually does have another feature here, which is a mute button on the back, which is pretty nice. So you can actually turn it off. It has this LED right here, which means it's muted, I'm assuming. And then when you push it, it goes off, and that should be in the record mode, or vice versa. I haven't actually tested that yet, but I'm pretty sure that that is, you know, I would think that red means that it's not on. Well, I don't know. It could mean either, but we'll find out. So I just wanted to mention that too before I hooked it up. And let me go ahead and get things set up here. I guess I'll probably just use Audacity or something to test it, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, so this is what the mic sounds like. I'm probably about 6 inches away speaking into it. And one thing that was cool, or that I noticed, I'm using Ubuntu's 18.04.1, and I noticed that it shows up right away as an audio device, just plugging it in, using it in jack. You have GM-888 here for the output and input devices. So that was no problem. So you shouldn't have any problems in Windows or Mac as well with it showing up. Well, I'm not sure about Mac, but Windows should be no problem. Though it does say that it's compatible with Mac as well, so I don't think there'll be an issue. The computer had no problem seeing it whatsoever. Another thing, though, that I noticed is it's a little bit mid-rangey sounding, which isn't bad for voice, but it's kind of limiting on other applications besides talking. But the purpose of the mic is basically to be a desktop microphone, so that's probably okay. It does seem like the level, though, is not very loud. Like, you kind of have to turn up your mic input level kind of high, which is, I mean, it's not too bad, but I am also kind of close to the microphone, which if you're doing screencasts may not be so great, because the shape of the mic and, you know, the tripod, you can't really get it directly in front of your mouth. So it's a little bit low, but it may be different on different computers. That may just be my computer itself. So I'm not totally sure about that. However, just giving the sound quality and all of that, I would say sound quality, I give it probably 3 stars out of 5. The fact that it uses, or that it can be used as a full audio interface on itself, that is pretty cool. You know, it has a headphone output, and you know, it's a microphone, so you can plug your headphones directly into it and use it as a mic, and you can, you know, just sort of, if you wanted to, you could even plug speakers into it, which would be kind of weird. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but you could. So that part is pretty cool, but overall, for $40, I guess it's a decent buy. I don't know if I would like totally recommend it. There's probably some better microphones out there. You know, like if you're going to do a podcast or something like that, it might almost be better to use like a gaming headset, which is what I use a lot of times especially when I'm doing screencasts. I used to use regular microphones, but then I just started using my gaming headset, and it seemed like, I don't know, it was just easier, and a lot of times the sound quality was better because the mic's right in front of my mouth, and you can hear what I'm saying all the time. There's less background noise. But overall, it's fairly decent, and it's well built, it's heavy, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'd say about 3 stars. 3 stars out of 5. Okay, so my final thoughts, actually, after listening to it back, I actually realized I was doing something, or I didn't realize something when I was recording the video or listening back to it. There's actually a volume adjustment here on the microphone, and I believe that's just for the headphones, but not for the level of the mic, though I could be wrong about that. Maybe I should test that. Let me go ahead and test that. Alright, so I checked that out, and actually that is only volume for the headphones, but it did make a difference, and one of the reasons why I thought it was so low is I had the headphone volume down pretty far on here. So I would actually bump this up a notch to a star to 4 stars out of 5. I actually do think it sounds pretty good, especially for voice. It may be okay on something like acoustic guitar or something like that. And I also do want to mention, I didn't make a video on this, but I did try hooking it up to my phone and using it in my studio and recording drums. And it worked actually in open camera, but the thing is with that is the level was actually too high. It didn't sound horrible, but it didn't sound great either, or really even good. But it will work with an Android phone if you plug it in and have you know, a pretty modern Android that can use audio input via USB. It will work on Android as well. So I did test that. So given that it'll work on Android, Mac, Linux, and Windows, I think, yeah, it definitely probably deserves 4 stars just for being able to use it in such a wide variety of devices. And sound quality, I think, is pretty good too. So you could use this for screencasting or podcasting or things like that. I may use it for some of my screencasts. We'll see. It is kind of nice to not have a headset on, so you look a little bit better if you have a camera on your face while you're recording. It's not always good to be wearing a headset, even though I do prefer the way that sounds. But, you know, it's not bad. It looks cool. It's well made. I would say it's like at least a pound. Like, it's pretty heavy, which is nice. You know, it's not going to fall over if it's on your desk. So, yeah, decent mic for 40 bucks. You know, of course, there are a lot of microphones out there coming from China now, and they have some insanely cheap ones that sound pretty good. But one nice thing about this, too, is you don't need any phantom power or anything like that because it plugs in USB, so it gets the power from the USB, and it's very easy to use. You just have the mic, and you just plug it in, and you're good to go. So, overall, decent mic, and I think that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.